Hello, everyone. Happy early Monday or late Sunday. Wanted to start off with, the mask slips. You know, Charlie Kirk built his whole world on calling out lies and hypocrisy, the fake virtue signaling. He preached purity, family values, the straight path. And then he met Erika. She walked into his life like a vision, Miss Arizona, USA. The woman who said she'd waited 5 years. 5 years. No dates, no distractions, just faith, focus, and waiting on the right one. He believed it. He believed it all. Why shouldn't we? She said it on national TV and interviews with the calm, angelic smile of a demonic psychopath, in my opinion. I hadn't dated anyone in years. Clean slate, perfect match for a man like Charlie. But the internet doesn't forget. And the past, it doesn't stay buried. When the spotlight gets bright, look at the videos, old clips resurfacing like ghosts. Erika with men, laughing, close, intimate, boyfriends before Charlie. Not one, not just a fling, but relationships. Photos from years ago, arms around each other, vacations, dinners. That sure as the hell looks like dating to me. An audition tape where she's telling her then boyfriend sex sells with a wink. And this is all during the time that she claimed she was alone, celibate, waiting 5 years. The math doesn't math. 3 boyfriends that we know of, maybe even more. Public links, public moments. She wasn't hidden away in prayer. She was out there living, loving, drinking, probably breaking hearts along the way. Charlie thought he knew her, the real her, the one who matched his values, who shared his mission. But did he? Or did he fall for the version she sold him? The spotless, untouched story that fits so perfectly into his narrative. The conservative dream girl who saved herself for the cause. Now the mask is cracking. The ugly, ugly side creeps out. Not just the past relationships, but the questions, the lies, the way she rewrote her history to fit the fairy tale. And everything after the tragedy, the loss, people are digging deeper. Leaked audios, giggling about events and sales, while the grief should still be raw, and is raw for everybody else. Accusations flying, the perfect widow image, it's fraying at the edges. Charlie deserved the truth. We all do. Because if the foundation was built on half-truth, what else was illusion? She wasn't who he thought. She wasn't who she claimed. And now the video's playing on loop and the past screaming from the shadows, the real Erika is finally showing through. So tell me, when the lights go out and the cameras stop rolling, who's left standing? The woman he loved? Or the one he never really knew? The truth always finds its way out, and sometimes it's uglier than we ever imagined. And she has definitely proven that point time and time again. So, got a couple of videos I'm going to show you.
I have respect for the individuals that are in the pornography industry, not because they're degrading women or anything like that, but because that's their field and they are professionals. So I give them credit for being able to have a job and make money and stimulate the economy that way. But I think that there needs to be a way to shield it from the overall public, such as the kids, keep it away from them. But in general, that's a tough one. I'd really have to say that we live in a free country. So if you want to watch it, turn on your pay-per-view. If not, then why don't you turn on something else?
If not, why don't you turn on something else? You know, because she's okay with it. Just maybe, don't show the kids. And then I would like to show you in contrast. That was her lovely opinion on that.
Let me read some of these numbers, okay? So depression and suicide, okay? 17% of sex addicts attempt suicide at some point in their life. Okay, 17%. Depression ratios when respondents began watching porn was in the single digits. It triples after they start watching porn. A 2017 experiment showed that 14% of male students who watch porn more than 3 times a week reported depression. Meanwhile, 2.8% of students who watch porn less than once a week experience depression. That's a multiple chasm, huge. And let me tell you why. We know this in the biochemical literature. Neurologically, when you start to all of a sudden addict yourself to a fake endorphin rush, which because pornography is so graphic, it's so real, all of a sudden you're going to want more. It's the same as a heroin addict. Do you know the problem though? Is with porn, it's so abundant that you can go deeper and deeper and deeper. And next thing you know, it takes 3 hours for you to just get a little bit of stimulation. That's true. Which creates worse marriages, weaker families, and you say you're a parent.
Okay, sorry for the sound on that. You can replay it if you want.
Let me read some of these numbers, okay? So depression and suicide, okay? 17% of sex addicts attempt suicide at some point in their life. Okay, 17%. Depression ratios when respondents began watching porn was in the single digits. It triples after they start watching porn. A 2017 experiment showed that 14% of male students who watch porn more than 3 times a week reported depression. Meanwhile, 2.8% of students who watch porn less than once a week experience depression. That's a multiple chasm, huge. And let me tell you why. We know this in the biochemical literature. Neurologically, when you start to all of a sudden addict yourself to a fake endorphin rush, which because pornography is so graphic, it's so real, all of a sudden you're going to want more. It's the same as a heroin addict. Do you know the problem though? Is with porn, it's so abundant that you can go deeper and deeper and deeper. And next thing you know, it takes 3 hours for you to just get a little bit of stimulation. That's true. Which creates worse marriages, weaker families, and you say you're a parent.
So, obviously she didn't tell him that she was okay with porn because, his moral compass said that he was not, and he definitely was not okay with it for the public either. So, the lengths that she went through to hide who she is and lie, in my opinion, were quite big in comparison to the video you see of her and then the way she portrayed herself when she was with Charlie. It's disgusting. She's nothing but a lying, manipulating bitch, if you ask me. And that's just in my opinion. Let's see. So if I could be great at one thing, what would it be?
If I could be great at one thing, I wish that I could sit in front of a mirror or a makeup mirror in general and spend more than just 20 minutes to a half hour looking at myself and actually take the time to put my makeup on and do my hair. Because after a while, after that 20-minute mark, I'm like, okay, tinted moisturizer, slab of mascara, lip gloss, out the door. If I could have it that way, it would be perfect. So I might need to work on that.
Yeah, you might need to work on that, Erika. I think the consensus is you really need to work on it. And I bet she spends an astronomical amount of time looking in the mirror. And anybody with a conscience wouldn't be able to. But that's who she is.
I do think it should be legalized, so just take this miniature journey with me for just a second, and instead of looking at the negative side, let's look at the positive side real quick. After watching several documentaries, I do think it should be legalized because it not only has some remedies to some modern-day medicines that we use, but it also can be taxed, so we can get some extra stimulus money, just a thought. And on top of that, I think that as our country is evolving and things are happening around the world, we really need to start taking into consideration just some alternatives to things. So I think we need to see both sides of this. So open dialogue, I'm all for it.
She's all for it. She did the research. And then now, in contrast, let's see what Charlie Kirk's opinion.
Legalize weed and you'll get these things.
Charlie Kirk just said the one thing about weed legalization nobody wants to admit.
But let's challenge the legalization advocates. Advocates for the legalization of marijuana have made promises throughout the years. Legalize weed and you'll get these things. They say less kids will use it because it will be legalized. They say the cartels will be weakened if it gets legalized. And number 3, that we will be able to go after harder drugs and that generally drug use will go down. And then finally, crime will go down. In every state where it's legalized, we have seen more kids use marijuana, not less kids use marijuana. The cartels are richer and stronger and more profitable than ever before. Drug use across the country has gone up, and it has not resulted in safer marijuana being consumed. The black market is actually stronger than ever. So almost every single lie, and crime is also going up. And by the way, I think I smell weed right now. It's disgusting. And
does it not make you wonder? I mean, this is all recorded for the whole world to see. I mean, in her case, she was hoping that, she contacted YouTube. And by the way, those pageant videos are her pageant videos, and those are her questions. They are not AI generated or made. She contacted YouTube, and if you go on YouTube, you can see that every other pageant person's on there except for Erika. Hers is private now because she threw a tizzy fit, or who knows, maybe threatening. Who knows at this point? But yeah, she had them made private, but once they're out there in the internet, they're out there. And then I'm sure everybody's seen this disgusting one.
Hi.
Hi.
Good morning, America.
I've lived in China. I've lived in Chongqing. I've been to Romania. I've been to Croatia. Lived in Puerto Rico for a little bit. Really handsome.
You look gorgeous. Are you fixing my... I got a little bacon. Babe, that's deep in there. Give them a cleavage. People want cleavage. Showcase it.
Sex sells, babe.
Sex sells. That's me.
That's against our religion.
Sex sells. Sex sells. Sounds like the God-fearing, church-going, faithful, devoted mother and wife said no one ever. I think I don't know how she can show her face, to be honest with you. How the hell does she show her face and is so stupid to believe that once somebody sees these videos that she is going to somehow be able to distract from that by, attacking Candace Owens, and how dare she? She's a grieving mother, grieving widow. She doesn't even deserve the title as his wife, in my opinion. She is repulsive. And I didn't see her shed not one effing tear, not one. Kleenex up the wazoo, and her eyes were always dry. And her eyes in those videos, she don't look like the evil demonic person that she looks like now. I mean, I don't want to say it on here, but she's like the bee pot. That's what the goal was. I mean, was to back, and I'm sure Tyler Boyer set that up. By the way it looks, it's just disgusting.
Here for 5 years. I never dated here because I saw vicariously through my roommate how terrible it was.
Never dated here. Again, Erika, if you want to be stupid and put fucking videos on the internet and then come back and say that you're a God-fearing loving wife that never dated, don't contradict yourself. Don't be a dumbass. In my opinion. And let's look at her evil face.
Serve a just God, and I rest easy in knowing that He's sovereign, but He's just. And so let the Lord handle.
That is an evil flipping face. I don't know. I don't know how we get past this, how we fix this, how these people are held accountable for the atrocities that they did to Charlie Kirk, how he was let down and used and took advantage of, and it wasn't good enough that he had to take advantage of him, and everybody in that company took advantage of him. Don't get it wrong. In my opinion, Stacey Sheridan is living fat and healthy off of Charlie, as is Tyler Boyer and all the rest of them. And when he put in that memo that he wanted to find out where this money was going, because it was important to him, because he had morals. It wasn't just a big spending spree and piss away everybody's money that was donated. To him, it mattered. And when they seen that memo come through, they knew that they couldn't let him see or get a hold of it. I mean, there's no way that there's this many coincidences. It's just not happening. I'm not buying it. Nobody's going to buy it. Erika, we're going to stay on you like white on rice. Nobody believes anything that comes out of your mouth. You don't tell the truth about shit. I'm still questioning on whether you ever had a kid. And where is he buried at? And is he buried? Hiding that too, because you know why that's being hidden? Because his body is evidence. His body is 100% evidence. And you got rid of, along with the FBI and everybody else that helped you do it, the SUV that he was in on the way to the hospital that would have shown a great deal of evidence besides that one little picture of the explosive pieces. Oh, and Frank Turk. Seriously, stop. Like Erika says. Sorry, I don't have the evil eyes, but hey, I could maybe even find it for you. Frank Turk.
Stop.
Frank Turk.
Stop.
That's all you, Frank. Stop.
Stop.
Nobody's buying your bullshit. His necklace, they didn't take a picture of the SUV. Okay, everybody's seen the video. Everybody's seen his necklace go flying back. Everybody's seen his necklace break. Frank, for you to try to sell the story and play on people's sympathy and trust and guilt with, they allowed you to get into the truck and get your bag. And oh my goodness, the necklace was sitting right there with the charms. Imagine. No, Frank, you're a liar. And you're supposed to be a man of God, a pastor. I guess money will buy anything and anybody, apparently. And you're not the only pastor. Rob McCoy, disgusting, in my opinion, allegedly. Mikey McCoy, gross. Gross. Tyler Boyer, gross. Terrell Farnsworth with his stupid selfie video, he's dead. How Terrell would you know that he was dead? Unless you knew going into it that that was the outcome. Well, because, you know, we already know that Erika's family sat on the board for the Jewish studies at UVU and have deep roots in Utah. It's amazing to me that so many other venues that he has done. They had high presence of security. Fact checked. High presence of security, high presence of police officers in and around the event for access and egress. Fact. But suddenly, because of everything coming together and you all being found out for the dirty scum that you are, you set them up at UVU with nothing. And I don't know how any of you wake up every single day and look at yourself in the mirror. You're hideous. You're repulsive. And I think you all should rot in hell. In an ideal world, enough of us keep running our mouths and we don't take it, and all you pieces of shit get arrested and spend your broke asses in jail for the rest of your fucking miserable lives, because that's what you deserve. Probably much more than that. You took out a person that had so much belief in all of you. He took a chance on all of you. And Erika, he married your skanky ass. And he believed in all of you. And all you did was stab him in his back. In my opinion, allegedly. You're all disgusting and gross. And the more you go on Twitter, X, Instagram, YouTube, and try to counter every single lie that you dumbasses get caught in, you look stupider and stupider every time you do it. If that's even possible. And it is, because you just get messier and messier. All of you. Messier and messier. Everybody knows who you are. Everybody knows what you did. And the truth will come to light. So, that's enough of my rant today. But I did want to let you know, I do believe Tyler Robinson's hearing is on Tuesday. I don't think we have a confirmed time yet. I do plan to try to live stream that. However, with the media, it does seem to be a little tricky sometimes. They allow, well, it always gets allowed in, and then for some reason, you know, the media does something to start trouble and it gets cut off. But we're going to cross our fingers and hope that doesn't happen. And we will try to live stream that on Tuesday. And hopefully tomorrow I get an update on what time it's supposed to start. If you like this content, and sorry for the cursing, please like and subscribe. I'm new. It will help me in creating more and keep this going. And I actually do look forward to interacting with anybody and all of y'all. I look forward to going live and doing those things. To me, this feels like I'm talking to myself, but we'll get there. We'll get there. So please like and subscribe, share, turn on notifications, and join me again hopefully tomorrow. And if not tomorrow, I'm sure I'll be here tomorrow, but if not tomorrow, then Tuesday for the live stream of Tyler's hearing. I hope everybody has a good rest of your night. If you're not already all sleeping well. Until then, good night.